Hi guys, so it is Miss Cole. I am not feeling well after my second vaccination shot, so we are going to make today, Friday, March 26th, an asynchronous day. It is the last week and a half of our Greek mythology and hero's journey unit, so it's going to be a fairly simple day, so just follow along with me as I explain how your day's going to look. Okay? Alright, so today's plan is watch video Miss Cole sent via Canvas email. You are here, you are watching it. Yeah, you've done the first part. I'll go over the retake process for the hero's traits and journey test. I will review the project prompt, timeline, and intro the rubric. You can have an optional brain break at this point if you want to, but I'm going to go through this material pretty fast and then just leave it up to you to complete what you need to complete. So you might not need a brain break. I'll leave it up to your discretion. And then you'll have step 4, so plan and organize your presentation. And then 6 is filling out the Google form. This Google form lets me know that you watched this video, that you looked through the materials for today, and that you quote unquote attended class, all right? So another important thing to note is that next Monday and Tuesday will also be asynchronous. So that means that you won't have Zoom class, but you'll be expected to check Canvas and complete the assigned work, just like you're doing today. You'll just be working on your presentation for Tuesday, but I will make sure I have a slideshow for you and that you can look through it and understand what I expect of you. Your homework for tonight is to finish step 4 if you didn't complete it during the allocated time in class. You can feel free to email me with any questions and I will do my best to get back to you. Our schedule next week's a little wonky, so the retake of the Epic Hero Traits and Hero's Journey test. So if you score below a B, you have the option to retake to earn up to a B, but I'm also going to change it and say you can earn up to an A. I'll be nice. I don't, like, if you get a A score, like, I'll give you the A. So step 1 is review the test and which questions you got wrong. Step 2 is to study, and if you did study last time, try and find a different method, or ask me for help. I'll answer email. And then your step 3 is to email me to schedule a tutorial day to retake the test in person. Your camera will need to be on. This will happen after spring break, guys, after spring break. Then step 4, I will grade your retake and I will give you the higher score. So if you happen to score higher the first time around, I'll give you that score. If you score higher the second time, I'll give you that score. So that is how retakes will work. Again, retakes won't happen till after spring break, okay? All right, so let's jump into the Hero's Journey project. Okay, so our project prompt and expectations. I've read these to you before, but we're just going to go through them again. So for this project, you will be researching and creating a visual presentation, such as Google Slide presentation, Prezi presentation, or an infographic to depict a modern day or historical person, so a real human being, not a fictional character, that you believe displays heroic qualities and has completed a hero's journey of some sort. You will need to research this hero to learn about them and what heroic traits they demonstrate. You will also need to understand their history and match events in their life to the stages of the hero journey monomyth. So some expectations, and I've highlighted the important aspects of each expectation. So a hero is a real, modern, or historical figure, not a fictional character. We are not doing like Marvel characters here. It needs to be a real person. Then you will have the meet the hero, so who the hero is, and at least 2 epic and 2 modern hero traits the hero displays, and they are identified. The hero's journey roadmap, so at least 6 stages of the hero's journey that the hero's life follows are identified. Explanation of heroic traits and hero's journey stages are clear, specific, and concise. You can see my example, my presentation example, in our slides from last class to get an idea of how I did this, okay? Presentation is visually appealing with appropriate images and easy to follow. And then there's a works cited page. Again, I did a model for you. I showed you last class. You can access this in my slides, my E1 323 slides. And if you flip through them, you will see Elizabeth Cady Stanton was my hero, and I created an infographic and a presentation. So you can look through that to see how I laid out these expectations and how I met them, okay? Again, you can email me if you do have questions. All right, so steps to completion. So step 4 is what we're working on today, is plan and organize your presentation. So this is our classwork today. Step 5 is create your presentation, which is classwork on Tuesday. And then step 6, create the MLA Works Cited portion of your project, is also classwork on Tuesday. Don't worry, I will fill in more information for this when we get to that point on Tuesday. Please check Canvas. And then step 7 is submit your finished project, which is due by Friday, April 2nd, all right? So this is what the rest of our timeline looks like for our Hero's Journey project. All right, so here's our project rubric. So unfortunately, I am doing a voiceover and the writing is a tad bit small, so I can't read this verbatim. But let's look at the A column, okay? So if you're watching this video, look at the A column. You'll see that in the A column, they have like 2 or more epic and modern hero traits. They have 6 or more hero stages, okay? So that this person in the A category has given us, they've gone above and beyond the expectation, all right? That is what gets you the A. And also in that presentation, it's visually appealing. The fonts and colors don't clash, that they're like, it's very seamless, and that they have proofread their work, okay? And then if we look over in the D and F column, you can see that someone that has scored this has done maybe a fictional character, or they have completely missed information. Maybe they didn't research well enough. Maybe they did the traits. They did the traits wrong, or maybe they didn't do all of the hero stages. Maybe there's some glaring errors. Maybe there's a lot of misspelled words. So when you complete your project, when you start working on the presentation or the infographic, whichever you choose, I would recommend having the rubric handy so that you can check off the things on the rubric. So let's go ahead and review the hero's journey stages. I'm not going in depth because you should have done this for homework a couple weeks ago. This is just a courtesy so you know that you're supposed to match parts of your hero's life with the journey, okay? Like I did mine. So let's just review the 12 stages. Again, you only need to pick 6 of the stages that your hero goes through, and they don't need to be in order. That's super important to know. So step 1 is the ordinary world. So most of your heroes will probably exist in this. And then step 2 is the call to adventure. Step 3 is the refusal of the call. Step 4 is meeting with the mentor. Step 5 is crossing the threshold and entering the unknown. Step 6 is test allies and enemies. Step 7 is approaching the inmost cave. Step 8 is the supreme ordeal. Step 9 is reward or seizing the sword or prize. Step 10 is the road back. Step 11 is resurrection. It could also be kind of like reflection too. Step 12 is restoring the world. Okay, so I did not go in depth with reading you the description of each stage. Your job is to read each description and then match it with your hero and then explain how it matches with your hero, okay? So your classwork and homework for today is step 4. So you're going to open the attached document. You don't need to make a copy. And then using your research notes, you're going to fill in the chart with the stages of the hero's journey that you will include in your presentation, as well as a quick explanation of how events in your hero's life match the stages. When you're done, I want you to fill out the Google form that I have on the next slide. They're also linked in the Canvas directions, okay? So you can see that right here. But let's go back real quick. So it's important that you finish step 3 in order to do this part. So if you haven't finished step 3, make sure you do that. Okay, so in Canvas, if you go ahead and click Hero's Journey Project step 4, sorry. You're going to go ahead, read the directions, and then click on the assignment. It's going to ask you if you've completed the above steps, so make sure that you have. And then I'm going to show you an example, okay? So say I'm going to start my hero, and my hero is at stage 6. Or maybe I'm not going in order. Maybe I just know that they for sure have a stage 6. And stage 6 is test, allies, and enemies. So I have a little sentence started here. So it says, in this stage, my hero... So my hero meets a group of women who share her same beliefs. Oh, same ideas and beliefs. And together, they create a book or books and give speeches to spread their message. So this is allies, right? So a group of women that help my hero. So that is specific. So the description of test, allies, and heroes is someone that like either tests, helps, or is an enemy to your hero. But in my specific case, it's an ally. So I explained what that allyship looks like, right? Maybe you'll explain what the test looks like. Maybe you'll explain what the enemy looks like, okay? You can also access the hero journey presentation through this as well. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's go back. So I need you to click here for the Google form. So this is going to be like your checkpoint and your approval. It's also going to count for attendance today. So I'm going to ask you for your name, that you've watched this video, and I just need some information about your hero so that I can approve it and I can let you continue forward. If you get an email from me, it's because I've either haven't heard from you or because you didn't complete stuff. So your homework is to finish step 4, and then I'm going to give you 5 extra credit points if you decide to present your project to the class, okay? So that is coming. Again, in Canvas, I just want to show you. My computer's going really slow because I'm also uploading a video for the sophomores, so give me a sec. Oh, okay. So yeah, so this little alert, it says that you need to check the slides before completing this, and that means that you've watched this video or you've done the slides and you've been able to finish the attendance check, okay? So this is your homework. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, please email me.